Is up, everybody? Once again, it is time for Funko News here, kicking off the month of August. Always a big month for me, a busy month, but also big month for me personally. So I welcome August with open arms here. But before I get into the Funko News, as always, I want to thank you all so much for the support. Do make sure that you give this video a like. I've been noticing that more people are sharing the videos. That's appreciated as well, because remember, I put in this hard work really to keep collectors informed. So yeah, for those of you sharing the video, I definitely do appreciate that. Also appreciate those of you that have signed up for notifications, those of you that jump on the videos, and it's cool to see people commenting right away. But yeah, do make sure that you watch the video and give me feedback as well, because there's no prize for first. Just letting you know that. But just give me some feedback, because I always like to try to improve as a content creator, basically, and especially to help out the Funko collecting community. So let me go ahead and get right into it, because I think there are some interesting developments already this week, kicking off things here for August once again. So some figures that are available now, I think I've said it previously that the Justice League figures are showing up, but I just want to make sure I get that reminder again, because Hot Topic seems like they kind of slowly rolled out the figures on their website, but I think at this point most of them are up. I feel like I may have not seen Superman on the site, but you can check that out. Now, of course, Hot Topic's not the only way to get these, but that is where I saw them at, and I was mainly looking at Hot Topic because I know that they do have that exclusive mirror, which I know some people have found in the store already. And if you're looking for that figure, you don't see it yet, again, remember, some figures take a while to roll out to different stores, so just be patient with that. And then another reason I was on Hot Topic's website is because, of course, I ordered Goth Stan. That was one I had been waiting on, and at the time of this recording, he is available. I know he's been on and off the website. I'm really not sure what that's about, but like I said, at the time of this recording, he was still available. Also still available, I don't know if I had pointed this out to all of you, so I wanted to make sure I did so in this video. The metallic Red Ranger is available once again. That's a Hot Topic exclusive, and I know that there are a lot of Power Rangers fans out there, so if you missed that before, or you just didn't know about the figure, I'm letting it be known that that is available at the time of this recording as well. And then that big red hairy monster, which is basically what I knew the character as when I was young, Gossamer, the specialty series figure, has actually been available for a couple weeks, but I just wanted to make sure that I shared this with you all in case you are a big Looney Tunes fan or just a big fan of that character there. And then the one that a lot of people have been asking me about, Clone Commander Cody, is starting to show up in Walgreens. He is a Walgreens exclusive. Very awesome looking figure, so fingers crossed for those of you that really want to find that figure. I hope you do find it. Like I said in recent videos, my Walgreens really have not had much turnaround. I used to be able to really hook up my friends with Star Wars figures, but not much new in my Walgreens in a while, so I don't know if that one will show up in my area. But again, for those of you that really want it, I hope you're able to get it. If it appears on the Walgreens website, I will try to make sure I share that with you all, because sometimes their exclusives do show up there. Now, keeping it moving here, the Funko Shop has had a redesign, and of course, with a lot of times when there's a redesign of a website, there tend to be technical issues, and that did happen to the Funko Shop, so they were down for a while today. It seems like they're working out the kinks, though. I know for a while I was not able to sign in, but then I was. They still have a sign up, or basically a header up saying that there is some maintenance still ongoing, but hopefully they get everything smoothed out there. To me, it's no surprise. I think that just comes to a lot of times with an update. I know there's been times with my PS4 when there's updates that caused little issues that they had to work out, so that's just a common thing, nothing to really worry about. Once the site is stable, and just keep checking it out to see. Make sure that you actually have an account set up. Even for those of you that have been with the Funko Shop for a while, it seems like it's necessary to actually set up a new account. I know that I had to do so, and a couple of my friends have, so make sure that you actually have an active account there. And they do prompt you and everything to go ahead and enter your billing information and your shipping address, and that's so that you can check out very quickly. Those of you that know the Funko Shop well, you know how important it is to be able to check out very quickly, because when popular figures appear on that website, they can be gone in less than 5 minutes. And for you new collectors, I'm not exaggerating, Figures disappear very quickly from the Funko Shop if they prove to be popular. Okay, so yeah, I would suggest any collector, whether you're new or you've been collecting Funko for a while, just make sure that you have an account with this site that's good to go. Some of the things that they've done to the site, they kind of changed the way that you browse it. It seems like they want to have it where you can see a lot more on one screen, so I think that is helpful. And then they have links to all of their other sites. I think they have a link to the Funko blog. They have links to their subscription boxes. So it just seems like they're trying to make sure everything is right there in one spot. And then also you see here in the upper right, that's my pop version of myself. That's something that they also prompt you to do when you set up your account, you know, which is kind of a fun thing to do. And I'm actually happy with my little pop version of myself there. So yeah, like I said, just keep checking out the website and make sure you have an account that is good to go. Keeping it moving here, these super cute tees are on the way, a September release, so not that far away. I'm just going to run through these real quick. You see that they have Groot there with the Walkman, Chewbacca with the hair dryer. They got a Wonder Woman using the lasso of truth as a jump rope. Got Harry Potter with Hedwig, and then Luna Lovegood as well. So again, these are up for a September release. And then some more pop tees here. I like these actually a little bit more. Rick and Morty, very cool, of course. And I actually don't have any Rick and Morty shirts at all right now, so that might be one that I look for there. We got Five Nights at Freddy's. They have a Star Wars one with Princess Leia, very faded look to it. I hope it actually shows up a lot better up close, because that fading seems a little bit overdone based off of this picture, but I know the picture is not going to really represent what it'll look like up close. There's another Wonder Woman here, and then another one that I'm definitely going to look for here is this Yondu shirt from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Of course, he has the mohawk going on there. He has his arrow, which he's floating down from, which is a big reference to the movie. And taking the reference even further, if you look closely there, you'll see that they have like a constellation in the background, the stars forming the shape of an umbrella. If you've seen the movie, then you get the reference, you know what that's about. I think that's definitely my favorite shirt out of all of these, and that is one that I will be looking for personally. These shirts as well, up for a September release. Now, I don't have any images to share because this is just basically a business deal that seems to have been completed. So there's nothing to show right now, but I just want to make sure I pointed out to you Yu-Gi-Oh fans that yes, there are going to be Yu-Gi-Oh pops. So do be on the lookout for them. I will make sure that I try to update you when there are any images that are shared, any release dates that are shared. I'm going to do my best to keep you all up to date because I know that this is still a hugely popular series. Next up here, I've shared these with you all previously, that Behemoth and Sally Seated, of course, from Nightmare Before Christmas, are coming up for an October release, and these are glow in the dark variants because these figures have been made before, but that's what's special about these glow in the dark variants. And I said previously that these should be Walgreens exclusives. I don't know if that's changed at all right now, so let's just, for right now, I think Walgreens exclusive. If that changes last minute or anything, I will let you all know. But I just wanted to share these again because these are better images that really stress that these are glow-in-the-dark variants of these figures. So getting back to Justice League, okay, like I said already, the Justice League pops are showing up, but they got a lot of other figures going on with Justice League. Not surprising there. You know, it's one of the biggest movies of the year, at least budget wise. We'll see how things pan out with the actual movie, but there will be exclusives within these figures, within the mystery minis. Okay, so let's take a look at GameStop first. They're at the top. You see that they have an exclusive Bruce Wayne. They also have an exclusive version of Flash. There is more than one version of Flash, so they have an exclusive Flash at GameStop. And then they have, looks like it's going to be maybe one of the villains from the movie. I'm really not 100% sure who that character is supposed to be, but looks like it may be a villain to me. And then Hot Topic there at the bottom will have exclusives as well, including that Aquaman with the waves crashing up around him, which looks pretty cool. And there's supposed to be a pop like that as well. I shared the proto with you all previously, the prototype figure. So I hope that's a good sign that that figure is actually going to be produced, and of course I will update you on that as I learn any more about it. Then they also have their Wonder Woman holding a mother box, a red mother box there, and they also have an exclusive version of Cyborg. There is more than one pose of Cyborg, although the common one actually looks a lot cooler to me personally. You know, it looks like more like Cyborg in action, but yeah, they have an exclusive version for Hot Topic. So these mystery minis, late August release, be on the lookout for them. Overall, I like the look of them. I especially like Steppenwolf, the villain, and then, you know, there's a couple others that really catch my eye as well, so I can see myself picking up some of these. And then here we also have Walmart exclusive versions of Wonder Woman and Cyborg, and I actually do like these more than the common. I'm not going to get both the common and these exclusives. I think I'm just going to look for this version of Wonder Woman and this version of Cyborg. And you see each one of them is holding a mother box. Again, Wonder Woman, like her mystery mini, has a red box, and then Cyborg has a gold looking box. I'm not sure if these boxes are actually going to change color in the movie, but it does make for cool looking figures and it distinguishes them some. So like I said, I'm going to be on the lookout for these. And Walmart's seem like they've been doing pretty well overall with stocking movie related pop figures. And I'm kind of surprised that the Spider-Man Homecoming figures got marked down so quickly. Really don't know what that's about, but yeah, I will be on the lookout for these figures personally. And then some things that should be hitting stores right now. On the right side of the screen, we have the Pocket Pops there, and I can't help but notice that Wonder Woman is excluded. I don't think that's like a sexist type thing or anything. I think it's just because Wonder Woman already had her movie and she had so much merchandise related to her movie. Maybe that's why she's not completely represented with all these other type of figures. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna assume, and I can completely understand that they don't want to overdo it with Wonder Woman. They also have the Dorbs there, and of course there is the Chase of Aquaman, which I think I will be on the lookout for that one. I do like that the actual figure, him in his casual clothing. And then some of the other Dorbs look okay as well. And they have these plushes as well that does include Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. So again, everything here on the right side of the screen should be hitting stores right now. Keeping it moving here, if you're a new collector, you got to understand that the CEO of Funko is a big Hanna-Barbera fan, so it seems like they're trying to find every Hanna-Barbera character that they can to make figures out of. So these figures here, I should say these characters here, I'm not familiar with them. They're before my time, I guess. But we have here Breezely and Sneasley, which apparently they had a show together, I guess. And then we also have Top Cat. Apparently Top Cat had his own series, and I'm assuming that Benny the Ball was a supporting character within that series. Like I said, I don't really know about these characters, but you see for Top Cat and Benny the Ball, they each had a Chase variant. Now, I know a lot of people are quick to hunt down Chases, but I'll just let you know personally from what I've seen that if you're all about value, I have not seen Hanna-Barbera Chase figures doing super well, you know, holding a ton of value. But if you just like to have a Chase for your personal collection, yeah, then you can be on the lookout for those variants. And by the way, since I do have a lot of new collectors checking out my channel, I do want to remind you that the boxes for Chase figures don't really look different. I mean, the figure is different and there's a sticker on the box, but if you're just going through boxes, especially if you're looking at them from the side, you can very easily, or you're looking at them from the top, you can easily overlook a Chase. So get used to being very thorough when you're searching in stores to check all the boxes to look for Chase figures. Keeping it moving here, My Little Pony, which is has maintained popularity for a very long time now, and they have a movie on the way which I wasn't aware of, but these are Sea Pony characters related to the movie. So let me run through these names here. We got Rainbow Dash Sea Pony, which will have a Chase variant, and you see it looks like a clear variant there, and I think there might be some glitter going on as well. That's what it appears to be happening within this image. And those look figures that are clear and then have some glitter, they tend to look pretty cool. So that is a cool Chase variant there. Then we have Pinkie Pie Sea Pony there in the upper right. We also have Twilight Sparkle Sea Pony. I tell you, my teeth are starting to hurt. These names are just too sweet. But Twilight Sparkle Sea Pony also has a Chase variant, which looks to be a metallic variant. And then there's also Fluttershy sea pony there in the bottom right. So okay, so all these are up for an October release, which will be around the time of the movie's release. And then there is a Hot Topic exclusive as well, the Tempest Shadow figure here. Again, October release, like I said, and this one is not like a sea pony like the other ones. Looks more like a horse version here. Maybe that has something to do with the plot. Of course, I know nothing about My Little Pony, but like I said, I know that they had maintained a fan base, but I haven't even seen the movie promoted. I had no idea that there was a My Little Pony movie on the way, so it's kind of a surprise to me. Some other exclusives here that I think are kind of interesting. That's why I put these two together. So I shared with you previously that with Mystery Science Theater 3000, that Crow and Tom Servo are on the way. And then there's this figure here, this exclusive, which looks to be a combination of the two, which is actually going to be exclusive to the Mystery Science Theater website. If it becomes available anywhere else, I will try to make sure that I share that with you also. I will keep you up to date. And then the Unmasked Flash figure, which we knew was on the way because that figure appears on the back of a box of, I want to say Aquaman, the SDCC figure. I think that Unmasked Flash is on the back of the box. So this is interesting as well. This will be with Regal Cinema's Real D 3D exclusive. So basically, I guess if you buy a ticket to see the movie in 3D with Real D 3D, then you maybe get an option to get this figure. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I don't know if it automatically comes with the ticket, if there's a variant of the ticket, what it will be, but I will try to keep you up to date as I learn more about this. Me personally, I was already thinking about going to see the movie in 3D, so I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on that figure. Now, specialty series figures, I normally share these with you early within my Funko News videos, but I just had to share this towards the end because this is one of the best specialty series figures I've seen thus far. And it's so surprising because just earlier this week, or it may have been this weekend, I was talking about how they need to make a Predator with the mask on, and boom, that's what we're getting. So specialty series figure, Predator with the mask. So this will be up for a November release. And remember, with specialty series figures, you're not going to find them in chain stores. They will be on various websites, and then also you can check for them at your local comic book shop. And people, don't be afraid to go to comic book shops and ask them to do orders for you. They can actually, if they're with Diamond Select and certain other companies, they can order certain figures for you. So don't be afraid to ask. You know, go to your comic book shops. If you don't see things on the shelf, just ask about it. From my experience, people at comic book shops have been very easy to work with. Okay, and then also they have adorbs here of Triceraton. Okay, Triceraton from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I definitely remember that villain from I can't remember if I saw him in the cartoon series. I do remember the toy, and I feel like I saw him in one of the arcade games as well. Okay, but of course that adorbs will be also for a November release. But again, I gotta say, I really think they did a great job with this Predator. Amazing looking figure, in my opinion. Could there be more detail? Yeah, probably. We could say that about a lot of pop figures, but still, that looks pretty awesome. I'm definitely hyped about it. Now, spoiler alert here, I am going to share with you all the pop figure that will be in the Disney Treasures Haunted Forest box, which is the next one to come up, and it actually still is available as far as I know for you to purchase if you're interested. But I'll tell you this right now, if you go to the website, if you actually go to Disney Treasures, you're gonna see the figure there. So to me, this is not really a big deal as far as spoiler alerts go, because unless you already signed up with automatic renewal, you're gonna see this figure before you get the box. So I'm giving a spoiler alert to be fair. If you absolutely don't want to see it, if you're already signed up with automatic renewal, then you can go ahead and check out of the video, because this is the last figure I'm sharing with you all. But like I said, me personally, it's not a big deal, and for some of you, this might help you decide whether or not you actually want to purchase this box. Okay, so last chance, I'm gonna go ahead and show the figure that will be in the box. And we basically already knew what it was gonna be, because they shared a silhouette of it before, and it was kind of obvious what it might be, at least to Disney fans. I had to check with Cat D to be sure about it, but it is the dragon form of Maleficent. Okay, so it looks like it's pretty well designed, very cool looking figure. Up to this point, Disney Treasures has been very generous with the content of their boxes. So we'll see if this holds true also for this Haunted Forest box. At this point though, this is the only item that we know about. So again, if you are interested in this one, and I think I said it might be the most recent one. I mean most recent available to purchase. It's not about to come out. This is for October. Okay, so if I misspoke there, that's my bad. But yeah, this is their October box, which of course it makes a lot of sense to go with the theme Haunted Forest. And I definitely would like to hear from some of you, especially you big Disney fans. What else do you think they might possibly put into this box? I think there's got to be something A Nightmare Before Christmas related. If there's not, I would be shocked. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for this edition of Funko News. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, please don't forget to make sure that you like the video. It may help you also, you know, if you're a big time collector and you want to stay up to date, do make sure that you have signed up for notifications with my channel. And I'm gonna try my best to stick to doing this twice weekly, but I do have a lot coming up. August gets very busy for me. Like I said, it's a big month in more ways than one, but I'll try my best to stay consistent with the Funko News. So yeah, do show me some support. Like I said, sign up for notifications, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and as always, you know, I definitely appreciate the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, leave it at that. Again, hope you all enjoyed this edition of Funko News. Talk to you all again real soon.